CanYaman. The name alone sparks endless conversations, headlines, and debates. Whether he is walking down the streets of Rome, stepping out of a luxury car in Istanbul, or simply posting a photo on Instagram, the world pays attention. For years, his career has been tied to both international success and to the constant speculation about his private life. And now, once again, his words have ignited a storm. This time, it's not about who he was seen with, or what events he attended, but about what he said regarding his connection to Sara, the woman who has been endlessly linked to him in the press. In a shocking twist, CanYaman reportedly told close sources, and perhaps hinted through his interviews, that his bond with Sara isn't about love. These words, simple yet powerful, have thrown fans into confusion. After months of gossip, paparazzi sightings, and suggestive photos that seem to hint at a romantic entanglement, Can's statement shattered the narrative. If it's not love, then what is it? Friendship? Business? A fleeting connection that the media turned into something much bigger than it ever was? Fans are left puzzled, and gossip outlets are spinning in circles trying to make sense of the claim. The timing of this revelation is what makes it even more explosive. Just as magazines began printing stories of a secret romance, and just as online fan pages celebrated or criticized the alleged couple, Can stepped forward with words that changed everything. His refusal to label his bond with Sara as love seems like an attempt to control the narrative, but instead, it has fueled even more questions. For months, tabloids had built up the image of Sara as the mysterious woman who had stolen the heart of Turkey's most desired man. Paparazzi photos of the two being in the same locations, cryptic social media posts that seemed to echo one another, all of it fed into a love story that fans thought they understood. And now, with one statement, that carefully crafted narrative was destroyed. The connection between CanYaman and Sara has always been wrapped in mystery. From the very first time they were photographed together, fans speculated endlessly about the nature of their relationship. Was she just a friend? Was she more? Social media detectives dug deep into their online interactions, pointing out matching posts, shared trips, and photos that appeared to suggest intimacy. And yet, despite all the smoke, there was never any official fire. Now, with Can himself insisting that it isn't about love, the speculation has shifted to new theories. Some believe that Sara plays a much more complex role in his life, perhaps as a confidant, someone who understands the pressure he lives under as an international star. Others claim she has been a source of emotional support, not necessarily romantic, but deeply personal. If true, this paints a different picture of Can. Not a playboy actor chasing romances, but a man searching for genuine connection in a world that constantly tries to define him. Still, for many fans, the statement feels like a contradiction. They point to paparazzi photos showing Can and Sara smiling together, sitting closely at private gatherings, and sharing moments that seemed far too intimate to be dismissed as platonic. Could it be that Can is downplaying their romance to protect Sara from media scrutiny? Or is he truly telling the truth, that the bond between them goes beyond conventional definitions of love? Gossip magazines in Italy immediately seized on this paradox, running bold headlines: Can's denial, is it proof of something more? In Spain, television panels debated whether Can was hiding a forbidden romance. And in Turkey, tabloids speculated endlessly about what Demet Özdemir, his former co-star and rumored flame, would think of his words. The fallout from Can's statement has been dramatic. Social media erupted with confusion and disappointment. On one side, fans expressed relief, believing that the romance was never real, and that Can's heart might still belong elsewhere, perhaps even linked to past loves like Demet. On the other side, some fans felt betrayed, arguing that his words contradicted months of evidence and only deepened the mystery. Why hide it if there's nothing to hide? One fan wrote online. Another countered, he is finally being honest. Not every deep bond is about love. The debate has turned into a war of interpretations. Gossip magazines doubled down, suggesting that Can's denial of love is nothing but a strategy to deflect attention. According to them, the very intensity of his refusal proves that something deeper is going on. Adding fuel to the fire are claims that Sara herself has remained completely silent. No statements, no clarifications, no attempts to calm the storm. Her silence speaks volumes, fans argue. If there was truly nothing between them, wouldn't she have stepped forward to confirm it? Her decision to stay away from the spotlight only magnifies the sense of intrigue surrounding the entire saga. Even paparazzi began noting her absence. She was no longer spotted in her usual circles. Every time Can appeared in public, reporters shouted questions about Sara, but he walked past them, his jaw tight, his eyes hidden behind sunglasses. That silence, both from him and from her, has become the loudest noise of all. Meanwhile, in the streets of Rome and Istanbul, fans have taken the debate offline. Groups of admirers gathered outside his home, some holding signs demanding answers, others simply hoping for a glimpse of him. In one viral video, a fan shouted, "Tell us the truth, Can," as he entered his car. The clip gained millions of views within hours, showing just how invested people are in this story. The press, of course, feeds off this frenzy. Italian magazines plastered his face on covers with dramatic captions, "Amore o segreto?" Spanish gossip shows ran entire segments with panels of experts analyzing his body language in interviews. Turkish papers asked whether Can's denial was a way of protecting a secret love from the harsh glare of fame. Every country seems to have its own version of the story, but they all agree on one thing: Can's words have created the biggest scandal of his career. And then came the paparazzi ambush. One evening, outside a luxury restaurant in Rome, Can was photographed leaving with friends. The cameras caught him looking tense, glancing over his shoulder as if searching for someone, or hiding someone. Reports claimed that Sara had been inside the restaurant, but had left minutes earlier through a back door. The story dominated headlines the next day, the bond they deny, but cannot hide. Was it true? No one could confirm. But in the world of gossip, truth often matters less than perception, and the perception was damning. What makes the saga even more complex is how it ties into Can's past. Fans remember his highly publicized connection with Demet Özdemir, a romance that played out on screen and allegedly off-screen as well. Back then, the chemistry was undeniable, and fans rooted for them as a couple. But when that story ended, Can built walls around his private life, becoming more guarded, more secretive. Now, with Sara, those walls seem to be cracking, but instead of revealing love, they reveal confusion. By saying it isn't about love, Can has left fans wondering if he is trying to rewrite the script of his own life, or if he is struggling to understand his feelings himself. As the dust settles, or rather, refuses to settle, the big question remains: what did CanYaman mean by saying his bond with Sara isn't about love? The possibilities are endless. Perhaps he meant that it was never romantic, only friendship. Perhaps he meant that their connection is something deeper, spiritual even, beyond the limits of passion and romance. Or perhaps it was his way of keeping a personal part of his life safe from a world that demands answers to questions it has no right to ask. What is certain is that the statement has completely reshaped the narrative. Instead of clarity, it has created chaos. Instead of quieting rumors, it has intensified them. The fans who once believed they understood the story are now more confused than ever. Was this a clever media move? A slip of the tongue? Or a rare moment of truth in a world dominated by gossip and speculation? For now, only Can and Sara know the full reality. But one thing is undeniable: his words have changed everything. By saying it wasn't about love, Can has sparked a firestorm that no publicist, no magazine, and no fan club can put out. And as always in the world of fame, where every word echoes louder than intended, this latest revelation may be remembered as one of the most shocking twists in CanYaman's ongoing saga of love, scandal, and secrets.